Avoir. Okay, everybody, welcome back to another episode of FitPet Boston Talks. My name is Leah Lodato, and I am the host of the show. Thank you so much for tuning in today to listen to us talk about dogs and about what we've been up to over the past month or so. I know it's been a moment since we released an episode, so here we are. Historically, this podcast has interviewed local Boston area dog handling professionals. I've sat down with a few amazing people and we've chatted about our lives, dogs, and careers. It's been a blessing to be able to do that, and I look forward to continuing to do that in the future. But it is notably difficult to make those types of appointments. So in the meantime, my spouse Lori and I will sit down together and do deep dives on specific dog training and handling topics. Both of us are dog trainers. I primarily am a dog walker, and we are busy, busy people. So, Lori, what's been going on?
Well, I was bored after the poker shoot, so I got Lyme disease. And we caught it early because how couldn't you? How couldn't you? When the mark was huge. Yeah, so I just like a dog, I went on doxycycline. Strong medicine. I never have side effects, and I was so nauseous.
Yeah.
So did that. I love the poker shoot. We had Catherine's dogs, Melissa, Raven, and Buddha. We had them all do it. We had Robbie Rocco was the photographer for this one because you were busy taking care of Raven.
So if we back up a little bit, the poker shoot was the second photo shoot that Laurie set up. So the first was a nativity scene, which was quite a shot and involved a lot of dogs and a lot of costumes. And more recently, Laurie set up a poker scene. So if you haven't seen it, press pause on the podcast, come back, check out the Instagram. It was a really, really cool idea and very well executed, but it was different. So the poker shoot required the dogs to hold things in their mouth. I don't know if you want
Cards,
to talk about
props.
that. Yeah.
And everyone, we had a group text and everyone was sending me pictures of their dogs holding cards, holding cigars. I wanted a human in the picture just to add my own little special touch. And I do think it's the best dogs playing poker after the original. I looked online and I Googled it just to see if anyone else had replicated it, and they hadn't. It was like sometimes the people were like putting their hands through a suit and like doing all the motions for the dog.
Right.
So I love it. I feel like what I wanted happened. All the dogs did their tricks like bosses. Colton had his pipe. That was like a huge hit to me just because I love it.
And it was a real pipe too. A wooden pipe.
Everything was real. I was going to use stuffed pipe, a stuffed cigar, but I was like, no, because everything I do, I want it to be as realistic as possible. So, yeah, I think all the dogs did really well.
And Cheryl was the boss. So when we were getting ready to shoot, well, I should say when Laurie formulated this idea in her mind, we actually met with our friends Kim and Cheryl is an avid poker player. I believe 1 week after we did the shoot, she went with her friend down to Vegas and did a women's poker tournament. She's just so into playing poker, and she knows everything about the game and about how a game is set up. So we met with her back in February, and she explained everything to us, and she lent us her props. So we had her poker chips, and she gave us 2 sleeves of World Championship poker cards that we did not want to use, but we did end up using them because she said, please just use them. I have more than, these 2 decks, because we ended up gluing the cards together in order to fan them out so that the dogs could hold them in their mouth. So obviously they weren't going to be able to be used again after that. But she just wanted everything to be super authentic, and she was able to bring that element to it. And then Laurie, you cover every single detail. Do you want to talk a little bit about the individual props that you found, I should say?
Yeah, and some of them you can't even see that's the only thing. the Victrola record player you can't really see in the back, but you can see it on individual dog pictures.
Yeah.
And I put out several pictures because one of them I wanted to be all cards, and then the next one I wanted to be all props. So I had 2 pictures going on. Cheryl was in all of them, and then I got individual pictures of each dog or doubles. So I really love those. So in those pictures, you can see the Victrola record player. I had a phone that was the same as that time that Dogs Playing Poker came out. What was it, 1892? Is that when it came out?
So there's a painting.
Or is it night?
I'm not sure of the artist, but that's what Laurie's referring to. There's a painting of Dogs Playing Poker that came out in like the late 1800s. So Laurie tried to emulate that painting as best she could, going so far as to pick props from that time period and tried to source them, which
right,
was wild.
It was 1894 to 1903. So I went on Facebook Marketplace, which is a scary place, guys. And I got the telephone, the Victrola. I even got some furniture, like some antique furniture from some people who were moving. This lady walked me through her whole house, and it was like a museum. I mean, I didn't think she was going to kill me, so I walked in. She's like, come in, look at all the stuff I have. We're moving to Texas. Breaks my heart. I have to get rid of this. She had so much stuff. So anyway, I got all of that. I got that like wicked tacky gold tablecloth. I got those tacky covers for the chair. I wanted it to have that vibe because it's kitschy. Like, it is.
Yeah.
It has,
a casino is kitschy. A casino is loud. It's annoying.
I wanted you to get like this smelly smoke cigar. I wanted the whole vibe, and I feel like I got it. I mean, we're idiots. So we're ready to take the picture. So, okay, fog machine. step. We like try to get the fog in there. I put incense sticks in the ashtray. I smoked a few cigars just to make them like, oh God, I don't think I'm a cigar smoker.
Well, Laurie even
because I wanted the ash.
She even stuffed incense inside the cigar so that when you lit the cigar, it would keep burning. Because when you light a cigar, it immediately goes out if you're not smoking it. So she was like stuffing the cigars with incense just so that they would stay lit and make the smoke. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I feel like if people knew the lengths I went to, they would just double like it for me. You know, I was like, the nativity scene hit so big. And I'd be lying if I didn't say I wanted that poker one to hit big.
Yeah. It was just totally different. And the nativity scene was around Christmas, and just the sheer number of dogs in the photo, I think, was kind of a wow factor. And because they were dressed up was another wow factor. And it was so relatable because it was Christmas. But I was so happy with the feedback that we got from the poker shoot. Not so much online, more our customers showing up and being like, oh my God, that was amazing. And then they pull it up on their phone. Look at this. I'm like, yeah, I know, I was there. I saw it, but thank you so much. I can't believe that you... And then everybody gets a certain way if they, have an edge to them and they want their dog to be in the shoot too. So it's kind of funny to like say, no, we had to keep... Because the dogs had to do more in this one. They had to hold something in their mouth for like a long time because the picture didn't come together instantly. And
all the dogs in it had a hold anyway.
Yes.
Because they're all used to holding dumbbells or objects or toys or whatever. So it wasn't too hard to switch over, but the cigars are disgusting for the dogs. Buddha hated the taste. And so you can look in the picture and see Buddha looks like he's smirking or like lifting up, kind of like doing an Elvis Presley. It's because he hated the taste, but I had red electric tape on it to mimic the label, the red cigar label. Really, guys. I mean, I went all out. I have dreams about this stuff when I do it. Yeah. I obsess.
Well, the way that I look at this from an outsider's perspective, because I have to admit, I do not get invested in these projects until they are about to happen. And I just see packages from Amazon coming in, and Laurie's like, I got to go to Chelmsford to get something. I'm like, okay, don't die. But the way that I look at how you craft these scenes is like an artist making artwork, because you have a vision and you execute it, and it takes a long time and a lot of effort, and the devil's in the details. And that's what makes a good piece of art versus a bad piece of art, being able to focus on those details, and you just nail it. It was so impressive.
The glass wine bottle, the brown leather change purse. I mean,
She ordered a copy of The Gambler, Kenny Rogers album.
I had that in the background.
Yeah, so we had that on the record player.
I had like some touches for Boston. I had coasters on there that had the Sitco sign. I had kind of a memorial to Tucker. I put his like a name badge on the back of the chair just so we could honor him because he was in the nativity scene, and he's just a brilliant dog and could do anything. Mm-hmm. So he was in there. That mattered a lot to me. I loved having Cheryl in there. I've known her wife, Kim, since I trained my first dog in 2003. That's how long I've known her. And we were in class together training our dogs. And then I started working for the trainer who was training me. So that's how long I've known Kim. And Kim and Cheryl are the sweetest people in the whole world. I mean, they donate to, if they're ever traveling, they'll find a rescue and they will get all their supplies. And when they go there, they bring it to the rescue that they chose. If you have a fundraiser, anything having to do with dogs, they always give.
Yeah. Very generous people and kind-hearted. Thank you, Kim and Cheryl, for helping us out with that. Good friends of ours.
I want to mention one more thing.
Okay. Do you need me to stall while you do that, or are you ready to go?
Yeah, you can stall.
Okay. I don't know how I'm going to stall. Well, I should say, Thick as Thieves, Melissa, Catherine, Laurie, and I came together again for this project. So we were together for the nativity. Laurie had an idea for the poker shoot. We sent it out to them. They were like, yes, of course. And they sacrificed their entire day to come once again and set up this scene with the dogs. So very, very thankful to have Melissa and Catherine in our lives. And they are magnificent dog trainers and they have great dogs. And all of Catherine's dogs were in the shoot, all three of them. Reuben was not in the shoot and Margarita was not in the shoot, but of course they are wonderful dogs and we own them and we love them very much. But Colton, just such a stable dog and able to sit there and hold the pipe and hold the cards and, you know, just like a complete champ. It was so great to be with the girls for the shoot. I'm thankful for them and very thankful for Robbie Rocco. Came out, did a very nice job actually capturing the photo, which is the most important part. And it would have been really tough for me to do this one because, yeah, Raven had to hold something in her mouth and look in a certain direction. And it just helped that I could be moving around the room instead of being behind the camera in order to do that. Yeah,
we just stare at them while they hold the cards, kind of hold our hand up. And the ladies are awesome. I wouldn't want to work with anyone
And else. Cheryl was so just intuitive about how to sit there and not draw attention to herself and almost be like a prop. So she had a visor on because our eyes are so powerful when we're taking a picture. And if she had been staring at the camera or staring at one of the dogs or whatever, it would have taken away from the essence of the photo. But she was just really good at having a nice posture, having a nice facial expression, having the visor down over her eyes so that she wasn't like the focal point of the photo, but she was still a very important piece of it. And it just worked out perfect.
Yeah, and I had a shot that I had taken off the internet. I was like, I would love for you to look like this. And she got that. And then when she showed up for practice, guys, I had several practices for this. I had practice to do the lighting where I just set up the room. Leah came home that night from Frisbee. She's like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, it's going to be great, honey. Don't even worry about it. And then Cheryl came just to sit at the table. And for us to have the dogs at the table sitting in those chairs, the chairs were a little awkward, but we needed them. I was going to try to switch them out. Anyways, Cheryl was awesome because she came and checked it out, and then we fixed her outfit. Kim was like, "Oh no, we'll change that up." So yeah, that was that.
Yeah, it came out great. Check it out on Instagram at ABC Dog Training. Mm-hmm. All on there. Just a really fun time. And we do have another idea for our next shoot.
I'm tired.
Not going to happen this year. I told Laurie 1 per year from now on because my nerves are shot.
Like, where am I right now? I need a break too.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we do have an idea. It's going to be a big one. I think the next one is going to have more dogs, more props. The lighting is going to be really hard, but it's going to be free and awesome.
Yeah.
So that's what's up. That's Laurie's little side project that has nothing to do with training dogs or walking dogs or going to seminars or whatever, but it's just a fun little thing to do.
I mean, training, yes.
Yeah, it requires training.
Then Buddha's fat ass slipping off the chair. I'm like, okay, we got to work on this.
Yeah, the chairs were challenging.
Because they have a bump up.
Yeah, they're not flat.
They're Rose's old antique chairs.
Yeah, and they're heavy as hell.
Oh my God. Carrying them up and down the stairs. I was like, this is a bitch from the setup to the actual day.
Yep.
Anyway, this organization was started by a woman named Madison Gibbons. She started Maine Vest a Dog. There's no hyphens in that. Maine Vest a Dog.
I'll link it in the description.
Thank you. It is Maine nonprofit organization protecting law enforcement canines with bullet and stab protective vests and equipment.
Awesome.
You can buy hoodies, hats, keychains
for people,
and the proceeds go to this great cause. So I think it's awesome that we can, if you want to contribute to this, I have nothing in the game here. I just thought it was really great. I think Madison is awesome. And I mean, how great is it to protect a canine with their vests on? Can you even imagine?
Well, half the time they
dogs
get sent in there first so that they're fodder. So it's good for them to have all the protection that they possibly can. And the vests are like wicked expensive. They're thousands of dollars. So they definitely need the help. So if you're into wearing clothes, sweatshirts, hoodies, t-shirts.
And they're not too expensive either.
No, they're not expensive and they're not terrible looking. So if you want to support a good cause, Maine Vest a Dog, I'll link it in the podcast description. You can get yourself something nice.
Yeah, the founder, Madison, she is awesome. I met her at Bite Work. She literally drives 2 hours from Maine to go to Bite Work on Sundays. Also, just because this is impressive and I feel like we should mention it, Madison entered college at 16 years old.
Yeah, young kid.
She's brilliant.
And she helps Steve decoy, doesn't she?
Every once in a while she'll put a sleeve on.
Yeah.
And she's already outfitted 10 police canines with bulletproof vests. Yeah. And she will be competing in the German Youth Championships in Germany with her Vom Barberg female. That's Claudia McNulty's line of shepherds.
Claudia, who we've been trying to get on the podcast forever. It just is what it is.
So yeah, super impressive. And of course, Kim was like, how do I buy a hoodie? Because that's,
that's Kim.
She's a shit. Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome. What else, Laurie? You went to a seminar last weekend.
I did. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I went to the Larry Krohn, Joel Silverman, and Jay Jack seminar. It was in Boxborough at the Regency Hotel.
Where they do a lot of dog trials as well.
Yeah, when we walked in there, I thought Buddha was like, oh, what are we doing in here? Yeah, like the tail got cranked. I'm like, we're not doing anything, buddy. We're just going to check this out. Yeah. I had gone to a Joel Silverman seminar. I really enjoyed it, mostly because I loved spending 5 days with Buddha and just training all day. Everyone just took turns working on whatever different trick they wanted to. It's a lot of distance work. That's what makes it hard. Some of the things you might not think are too difficult, like a dog putting his head down on the ground and then flipping up but not standing up, and then just standing from far away, going with another human. I thought that was something I didn't really realize too. Obviously, your dog has to walk with other people, and it has to transfer. Like some dogs can be brilliant, but it doesn't mean that they want to walk with another handler. Yeah.
So just to recap for the listener, the seminar was geared toward the one that Laurie went to in the springtime with just Joel for a whole week away from me. And I was fine. Anyway, was focused on training dogs to be in film and TV. So it's all about training dogs to be away from the handler, but take directions from the handler and go with the actors and actresses. And it's just very different. Anyway, go on.
And I should say that seminar is held in Connecticut. Megan is the owner of Dogs by the Dozen, and she's awesome. Her facility is awesome.
That's where they do the seminar.
Enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say enough for her. As for the J. Jack, Larry Krohn, Joel seminar, I thought it was good. Pretty much runs all day from 8:30 to 4. And then they have something else from 7 to 9. The first day was a lot of lecturing. I was getting a little tired of that, but I think it was because I was sitting down for so long. I'm not used to it. I loved the second day. And I loved the third day. It was good. It was a slow roll. I liked it a lot. We got to see each person work dogs, but I recommend that if you go to the seminar, you definitely pick one night that you stay there from 7 to 9 and watch everybody work dogs, because it's a more casual atmosphere and you can get to know the trainers better.
Totally.
All of them totally approachable. Yeah, I liked it. I always, and like Leah laughs at this, but I said Joel is the grandpa, Larry's the dad, and J-Jack is the uncle. J-Jack's all about play. Larry Krohn is just very much a people person, and Joel is this quiet guy. And his favorite line is "keep it cash," because he likes to keep everything quiet.
Yeah, like he's on a movie set.
Yeah, he doesn't like loud stuff. But yeah, all awesome guys, and it was good.
So one question. Would you recommend the seminar for trainers, for owners, or both?
I think more trainers.
Okay. Why is that?
Because it goes into a lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, it would probably be nice if an owner got to see... Jay worked a fear-aggressive Rottweiler in a bite suit. And I think it would be interesting for parents to see how much we anguish over some of the things that we do with dogs, like how much we care, how much we think about it.
Yeah.
What's involved in it. Because we can tell you the black and white steps 1, 2, 3, but we can't tell you why. You look at a dog and you'll have to alter something a little bit based on their personality. I think that if a parent had a dog with behavioral issues, I think it would be awesome for them to go.
Yes.
And I think they wouldn't feel alone. And they would also think, we can fix this.
Yeah, when I went a few years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago now, there were quite a few owners there with very difficult dogs. I would say it was probably half and half. Half trainers or training companies that like brought all of their trainers, and owners with difficult dogs that were looking for some answers. And I thought that was really cool. I guess off the top of my head, I can think of a few of our clients who would really enjoy that seminar. Maybe not an entire weekend of it, just because they're not dog trainers, you know. So I'm sure that they don't nerd out on that stuff as much as we do. But I definitely can think of a few people that would find it very interesting and just find it interesting to see the different cases and being able to work the different dogs. But yeah, yes, that's a great review, Lori.
Yeah. And speaking about trainers' responsibility towards their people and their dogs. And
yes, we do take it very seriously.
So I recommend it. Oh, and it wasn't going to be, they weren't going to do another year. This is supposed to be their last hurrah. But when they asked everyone to, Joel said, who's here for the first time? 80% of the crowd lifted their hands, raised their hand.
Crazy.
So he said he was inspired by that, and there will be another workshop tour in July of next year at the same place.
Yeah. So sign up, people.
Yep.
Get to it. That's awesome. It's so cool that they could make that decision on the fly. Like they know each other well enough to be like, hey, you want to do that? Yeah, I want to do. It's not like, oh no, I got to go home and check my schedule. I'll get back to you in 3 months. They just decided right then and there, like, yeah, we got to do this again. That's so cool.
And most likely it, oh, damn it. Oh, it'll be on Joel Silverman's website.
Yeah, he does all of the booking
does all
for
the
it.
work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. I know I've been a little dry on seminars this year. I went to Paul's seminar back in January, which was awesome. There is a seminar in September that I really like to go to. Laurie Strimvicius, I think that's how you pronounce her name, but I'm not totally sure, is doing an obedience seminar at Jen Banks's place.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that should be fun. I haven't signed up yet because I still have to look at the calendar, but I'd definitely be interested in taking Raven to meet with her.
Where is it again? What's
at the Right Paw in Princeton at Jen Banks's facility.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's a trip.
It's like an hour.
You staying?
No, it's an hour away.
I don't know if you want to be fancy.
Well, it'd be closer to my parents' place, I suppose.
Oh.
Than to here, but negligible, I suppose.
All right.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there near Mount Wachusett.
What you said. Sorry. Yeah, how can you say that word and not say the song?
Yeah, I know.
Mountain.
I know, and that lady that owns the place is still in the commercials, and she was in the commercials when I was like a little kid.
Oh, yeah, she's blonde, right?
Yeah, and she has like a squeaky voice. Anywho, All right. Well, if you're not from New England, you won't get any of those references.
Really
but
sorry.
Other stuff. Things have been cooking along at the Fetch Collective, which has been my new project this year alongside Melissa and Catherine. We have been running disc dog sport events. It's been so fun. We have started to run up dog events, which was one of our goals when we sat down together for this year. Didn't even think it was going to happen because there were just a lot of moving parts that had to happen before we would be able to host events. But we have our last up dog event tomorrow. I'm super psyched. We ran a series of games called Bike Club, which is kind of like Toss and Fetch in that we compete together as a team. And we did that on 2 Sundays in July, and we have our last Sunday tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit of a longer game, but yeah, it's just been super fun. Our Toss and Fetch team is cooking with gas. We have a couple of new members. We did really, really well in our last season, and it's been great to just see dogs have a great time with their owners, and we just have a really nice group of people. So if you're interested in disc dog sports, check out our website. We don't have too much going on here for the rest of the year other than Toss and Fetch Worlds, which is almost full.
And when is the date?
That is on September 8th. In order to be able to play in that event,
you have to be cool.
You have to be pretty cool. And you also have had to play Toss and Fetch for one season in 2025 or the last 12 months. So you have to be a Toss and Fetcher in order to sign up for that event. And one of the cool things about the Fetch Collective is we do attract new handlers, new teams. It's been one of our mission and goals, like statements, is to reach out to new people that have a dog that might be good at disc. Maybe they don't even know it. And we've been pretty successful in doing that. So Toss and Fetch Worlds, for those who are veterans, you can check that out. The registration is still open on the website. Probably not for very long, but it's still there. And then we're in the middle of our summer session of Toss and Fetch, and we will play in the fall. And then that will conclude our year, which is pretty stinking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally,
no whammies.
Yeah, Laurie gives us a pep talk before we leave every day. She says, no win, no whammies. I don't know what that means, but it helps us. So we are going to open membership to the Fetch Collective to those who are not on our Toss and Fetch team next year. So this year we opened membership to people who play regularly with us in Framingham. And we wanted to kind of do a soft launch because we didn't know exactly what to expect. And we wanted to make sure that we could honor all of the membership benefits that we were offering. So the membership benefits are pre-registration for certain events, discounted registration for some practices and certain events, coming to annual meetings, having your voice heard, being an active participant in decision making, which is pretty cool, and at cost pricing for Hyperflight and Hero discs, which is huge because plastic is expensive. And if you play Frisbee a lot with your dogs, you wind up throwing things away, which stinks, but having to replace things at cost is pretty cool. So we wanted to make sure that if we were offering those benefits that we'd actually be able to fulfill them. So for next year, we will open membership to those who are avid disc doggers and are interested in some of those membership benefits and are interested in being part of the community. So yeah, I'll probably be sending out an email in the next month or two about that. And I cannot thank Melissa and Catherine enough for helping out and holding me accountable and keeping the whole thing going, because it is not easy to do everything correctly. It's
all the time.
All the time. Mm-hmm. And they really help me out. So Catherine more on the administrative side and Melissa more with field prep, because keeping lines on the field, keeping the field mowed, having all the supplies we need in order to make events run smoothly, it's just a lot for one person to handle. So it's nice to have people to help out.
I don't know why the weather's been so cool lately, too.
Oh my God, it's been brutal.
It's making it even more enjoyable. We have really nice weather yesterday and today.
Yes.
70s. There's a breeze and it's not hot breath on you.
It's so nice.
Whoa.
I know on Thursday, I finally had a whole day of walks and hikes, and I didn't have to shorten anybody's walk or hike because it was really nice weather and the dogs were so happy.
Pass out.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I saw a woman hiking, I think on Monday or Tuesday. It was so hot. She had like 4 dogs and they looked like they were dying. I just had Fozzie. I was taking him for a quick spin in the woods. and they just looked miserable. And I had already hiked earlier, but I shortened it up. It's dangerous to keep them out for too long when it's that hot and humid. It's not worth the money, people. We're in it for the long run, not the short run. So you got to build that into your pricing and into your whole year, that weather is going to affect your bottom line, because I just can't do it when it's this hot. And a lot of my dogs are now older. Like I have 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds on my schedule, and it's just not worth the risk.
Plus, have you ever watched a pit bull walk in torrential downpours?
No.
Oh my God, they hate it. You bring them out, it's like bullets raining from the sky. They want to die, little ears go down.
Well, I have a few dogs that will start running back to the car. If it's Heidi is one of them, if it starts to rain. So you know what? I don't hike her when it rains.
She doesn't like to get her hair wet. She's a bernedoodle.
I'm not talking sprinkles. I'm talking like when it really rains.
Wretched.
Yeah, most dogs are like, yeah, whatever. Some dogs just shut down and they're like, I hate this. And you know what? I'm not going to train them out of that. So
we had flooding this week too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was fun.
Just a lot of weird. Oh, I can hear Mama Rose.
Yeah, well, I got Mama Rose some eggplant today from the farm.
She's cranking them out. Yeah, she's just breading them now for eggplant parmesan. If you give my mom a vegetable, she can make it a carbohydrate.
I'm pretty sure my dad grows those for her.
Really?
Yeah, because he doesn't sell a ton of them.
Oh, well, those are the way to go.
They're Italian eggplants, so they look different.
Sicilian
eggplant, rather.
They're round.
Yeah, they're round, and they're like a little lighter purple. And
you should hear.
No seeds.
Oh, my God, there's no seeds. It's going to taste so good right from the farm. Poor Rosa.
I went out with 2 of my nieces and 1 of my nephew. We took a buggy out and picked an entire bin. I brought that back. She's like, I said I wanted a few. What am I supposed to do with all these? I'm like, listen. You've been begging me for these all month.
Yeah.
Because the farm posted them on Facebook.
She saw them.
She saw it.
Eagle eye.
She's been nagging me for like a week and a half.
I know. She's got tomatoes, so she'll be cranking out the sauce too.
Mm-hmm.
I said to her, I go, if it's too much, Ma, you can give some to Auntie Rosalia. She's like, oh, no, I won't. Okay, Ma. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I think my sister might do like a canning tomato festival.
Oh.
Because at the end of the year,
really,
there's just so much stuff in the fields that doesn't get picked.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Well, it's because if it's like touching the ground, it just happens. It doesn't matter what farm you're on. Like a lot of stuff comes in all at once, and it's difficult to pick every little last thing. But if you had 10 Italian grandmas, they would pluck that until it was dry.
Mom is crippled right now, and she would crawl on the ground to get them all. She can't even move. She's like, this is it. She would call on the Lord, and she would get it done. Yeah. Oh my God. You know what I want to remember when I was so excited about the fly traps?
Oh yeah. Guys, update on the fly traps. They were a no-go.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Did they catch the flies? Yes. Do I think that they drew it was like drug addicts to mass and gas. Yeah. I could not. No. And it smelled so bad. No, don't do the fly traps. Just deal with it, guys. Just deal with it.
Yeah.
They're impossible to throw away. I mean, God forbid the bag opens. My Lanta.
Yeah, it was really bad.
All right. So, guys, it was a bad idea.
Sorry.
I'm really sorry.
I don't know if we recommended those. I think it was kind of like a soft suggestion because we had just put them out, but not a fan of it.
It was the first week. It was a honeymoon period. I was like, look at all the flies it's catching. Yeah. I swear to God, it made more flies. I swear it did.
And
I can't even talk about it.
It did bring out a little bit of spiritual conflict in me to see all the flies in there. I mean, I know they're flies. I don't think they're sentient, but I was kind of like, I don't really like this.
I didn't give a shit about the flies. I cared, but I did care because a bee went in. And I'll tell you this.
It wasn't a honeybee, but it was a bee.
It was a bee. That's not right.
Yeah.
And I'm literally talking to the bag. Like, I don't have enough issues. I was like, I am so sorry. I was like, can I get you out? I'm so sorry. I hate flies.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not the way, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize for anyone who bought them.
Mm-hmm.
I admit my mistakes.
Well, live and learn. One time I tried to compost the dog poop.
Oh, my God.
We almost got divorced.
I got to tell you, when I talk about love, I talk about compost.
Mm-hmm.
Because Leah thought, first of all, 2 lesbians from Vermont told us that it didn't work for them. Now, if you're going to listen to anyone about composting anything, it's going to be 2 lesbians from Vermont. And Leah's like, you know what? And I didn't say no because I hate saying no. I said nothing. Next thing I know, Leah's outside with a box the size of a 6-foot man. And she is putting together this drum. Mm-hmm. She throws some straw in there.
A compost coffin, if you will.
And she is like, this is going to be great. She said, this dog shit is going to turn to dirt. I'm like, oh, are you Jesus? Like, I don't see that shit happening anytime soon.
You know, me neither. And I was surprised at how long it took because my dad composts. He has like landscapers come and dump leaves and into
he composts leaves.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
dog
there's
shit,
dog poop in there too. But anyway, I'm always surprised at how quickly the pile breaks down and turns into dirt.
I can't believe we're talking about
this. With our project, let me tell you.
It wasn't my project.
It was not so. But anyway, we cleaned it up. I admitted my mistake. I'm always, open. I know that I made a mistake. I was apologizing profusely the entire time we were cleaning it. And I think Laurie has forgiven me.
I mean, it took a while. The fucking bin, it started leaking. And every day I was like bleaching and cleaning. One day Leah was gone. I'm like, I'm going to drag this thing way in the back. And as I did, the leg broke. Thank God the thing didn't open on me. And then I said, Leah, I have to tell you, I moved that thing in the back. She's like, you broke it on purpose. Now, here's the thing. The thing is bolted shut so much. There's just a small little chute. And then you couldn't even fit the poop shovel inside the square. You couldn't even fit in the square. It was... So then Leah goes out one day admitting defeat. She's like, I'm going to have to break this puppy open. And now it's just chock full of dog shit.
And some hay.
The thing is that you went out there with Crocs with holes in it and like a cute little dress. And I said, what are you doing, honey? Meanwhile, I'm sweating bullets, cutting down trees. And I see the missus come down the way. And I go, okay, this is like a scene. I said, hey, babe. I was like, are you... Now, everything in my head is like, what the hell? But when I speak to Leah, I said, hey, babe, what are you doing? She's, I'm going to break open this bin here. And I said, you're going to do it with shoes with holes in it and a dress? So guess who emptied that?
Hey, I helped. I definitely helped. I was with you the whole time. Whether I was helping or not, I was there.
Literally just shoveling shit.
Yeah. Anyway, I admitted defeat. There,
like a safe word now.
There compost. Has to be another way, but compost. Yeah. Caca. That's what I say every time I mention a new idea. And I can see Laurie's face just being like, we're not doing that.
Yep.
And then when I see her face, I say, caca, and she laughs and everything's fine. One day she won't laugh and everything won't be fine, but so far so good.
Well, if I didn't lose it on that.
No, that was a moment for real me. Test, yeah.
And there's splashback people. Mm-hmm. Like I said, true love. Yeah. That's how you know, guys. Mm-hmm. That's how you know. I didn't sell her down the river. Mm-hmm. Swear to God.
Yeah. Anyway, well, on that note.
Poop.
Somehow it always comes around. On that note, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. We really do appreciate it. I know that we go on and on about nothing. So if you've made it to this point, thank you.
Thank you. Good job.
And if you like what you're listening to, feel free to like, subscribe, and then share the podcast with your friends. On most platforms, there's a little share button, and you can text your friends and say, hey, these bitches are funny. You should listen to them. Or, hey, they said something useful. I thought it was pretty good.
We do sometimes say a lot of useful things. Oh, you want to hear one more thing?
This always happens.
Sorry.
Okay, go on.
The neighbor down the hill, she came up because she thought her dog broke her leg. The dog saw me totally fine. She was like doing the cha-cha. She looks up at me because she was so worried about the dog. She was only focused on the dog. She looks up at me and she goes, oh, who punched you in the eye?
What?
Yep. I said, no. These are just bags under my eyes, but thank you. You son of a bitch.
You don't look like you got punched in the eye.
Well, I mean, it was really something.
Well, you do have Lyme's disease.
You're so pretty.
And think that you don't have symptoms.
I don't have Lyme.
Every day you're like, I'm exhausted.
I'm always tired.
You do have Lyme. You tested positive for Lyme.
Yeah, but it doesn't last when you treat it with the dog.
Honey, you need to go get another test. We'll talk about this later.
All right. Well, anyway, guys.
Anyway.
I look like I got punched in the face. Which, if it was rough before, well, it seems to be rougher now.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Okay.
5-star rating and review on Spotify. Takes 2 seconds. Tappy tappy on the phone.
Tappy tappy.
Hopefully in the coming weeks you will be hearing from some other people besides the two of us. I hate to make promises that I can't keep, but I will say
Carol's scheduled.
Oh yeah, Carol's coming back on, people.
And Shauna is scheduled.
Shauna, who is very closely tied to Claudia, because you guys train at the same
She has
club.
a Claudia McNulty dog, and
There you
she is an IPO, and she's worked for rescues for a really long time. So I'd like to talk to her about that. And she had a medical issue with her dog, and because of that, I was able to give really good advice to Carol.
Oh yeah, so it comes right around, and Carol's going to come on and talk about preparing food for your dog, because Carol is a complete boss and realized that Maple could not eat dog food because she's a pit bull and allergic to everything. So Carol makes all of Maple's food, just like I do with Ruben and Raven. She does it to the nth degree, because I still do buy some commercial raw food and feed my dogs. Probably like 20% of their diet is that, but Carol does everything from scratch, which is pretty darn incredible. So she's going to come on and talk a little bit about her feeding journey, which should be fun and also very relatable, because I've been doing nutrition consults with some folks. I've had some really nice conversations, and people have made some amazing changes with their dogs regarding their diets, which is really, really cool to see. I can't wait to continue doing that. That being said, final farewell. Thank you so much for listening, and you will hear from us next time.
Bye-bye.